Welcome back to the Camp Jack series, where we try to do a meal under 30 minutes. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Stand by. Today we're going to do a fantastic breakfast. We start preparing for breakfast the night before. What I'm going to do is I'm going to boil some potatoes. I don't want them boiled to where they're mushy. I just want them to be firm. So we're going to put some potatoes on. And we've already washed our potatoes. We're going to use red potatoes today. So we'll add a little water to our pot. And I usually do about 1 potato per person that's in camp. Like this one here is rather a large potato, so that'll probably count as for one of the big guys. Once these are boiled up, we'll just let them cool down, let them sit all night, and they'll be perfect for cooking breakfast in the morning. While we're waiting for the potatoes to boil, I'm going to show you how to make some cowboy coffee. We're going to fill our coffee pot with water. My grandfather, when I was growing up, he always told me, he says, I don't want to see a silver dollar in the bottom of my cup. I want that dollar to float in my coffee. So we'll fill this pot up with a gallon of water. We're going to add about about a quarter of a cup of coffee. We want it good and stout. It'll last this pot will last for a couple of days. We'll set it on the stove so when the guys come in from hunting, they'll be able to just grab a cup of coffee. So we'll set it on the stove. We'll let them both come to a boil. I'll show you how to settle the grounds in the coffee, and we'll be off and running. Well, our coffee's coming right along. It looks like it's about ready to start boiling. Our potatoes are starting to boil. We'll get those done, and yes, the coffee started to boil, so we're going to add some cold water to it and hot that. And I always pour some down the spout in case some grounds got in there. And we'll just let that sit, and that's how you make your cowboy coffee or your camp coffee. Let those grounds settle, and everything it'll be the best coffee you've ever had. Now that our coffee's done, we'll just let it sit. We'll let the grounds settle, and then we'll have a cup of coffee. Looks like our potatoes are about to come to a boil, and we'll see how that turns out. Well, we know it's going to turn out good. They're going to get boiled up. Pour us a cup of this coffee. Now that the grounds are settled, man, that looks good. Looks terrific. Well, we're going to check our potatoes now. Oh yeah, they're perfect. They're right, just right for frying in the morning. So I'm going to turn them off. Let them cool down in the water, then we'll take them out of the water and let them set overnight. Well, we've got our coffee made. Warmed up this morning. Everybody's having a cup of coffee, and we're going to start breakfast. We always start out with Falls brand old-fashioned bacon. And I like to take it and just lay it out like that. Got a little bit of bacon off of there. I just like to cut it into small squares, small little pieces. And we'll throw it in the Dutch oven and just let it render out. Doesn't have to be too big of pieces. Just keep cutting it and just bring it down to where just bite-sized pieces is what you want. Then we're going to take it and put it in our Dutch oven. And we're going to fry it. And I like to leave the skin on my potatoes, on my red potatoes. So we're just going to cut these into small pieces. See how easy it cuts? They're just almost cooked all the way through, but not quite. Just going to take and chop them down into small pieces. Well, that bacon's starting to smell darn good. So easy those are to cut once you've boiled them up. And it doesn't matter how big or small you get them, the guys really don't seem to care. We just want them to cook fairly evenly, or really evenly. Keep turning that bacon, because we want to get all the drippings out of it that we can. There's that big potato. Now we're going to take some Jimmy Dean sausage and open it up and fry it up. The reason I get Jimmy Dean is it doesn't have a lot of grease in it. It doesn't have a lot of fat in it. It's not really good sausage. Has a great flavor. And I either use sage or Jimmy Dean with a sage or the regular flavor. And this tonight is the regular flavor. This morning is the regular flavor. Just going to chop that up and get it to frying so we put it in with our other stuff. Now I'm going to take an onion and I'm going to slice this onion up. And I'm going to put it in with my potatoes because I want it to cook the same amount of time that my potatoes do. The guys seem to like them when they're not overly cooked, but still have a little bit of that crunch to them. And I like to keep my pieces of real small when it comes to the onion. Put one whole onion in there. Our bacon's starting to get getting really crispy. Now I'm going to take the bacon out and put it on a paper plate. We've got we got just enough bacon grease in there. And I've always got a little bit of extra bacon grease because we cook so much bacon when we're in camp. Those were really tough to get a hold of, weren't they? You can see how dry this bacon or sausage is. Hardly any grease in there at all. We're going to add our potatoes. And we're gonna add our onions. And I'm going to tell you what, that coffee was really good this morning that we made yesterday evening. So if you can take a look, you can see that Jimmy Dean sausage has very little fat in it. Whoops, made a mess there, didn't I? We're going to add salt and pepper. Our sausage is done. Go ahead and turn it off. Now we're going to take and add our bacon. We're going to take and add our sausage to it. That pan is still hot. Take and stir all that together. We're going to top this with cheese. Quite a bit of cheese, a liberal amount. I'm going to put the Dutch oven lid on, and I'm going to turn it down to way down on low. Our cheese is melting. I'm going to cook some eggs up. Oh, I ruined that one. Salt and pepper them. We use bacon grease on these, so this will be mine because I don't care if I have mine over easy or scrambled. Another one for me. I really don't want them cooked all the way through. Cooked all the way they should. That way, I really don't want them totally cooked. I'm going to add them to this pot here. I'm going to add them to the Dutch oven with the cheese on top. See how that cheese melted? And these eggs will finish cooking while we're in the Dutch oven, while we're waiting for the guys to get up here. What a great looking meal. Along with our camp coffee, they'll have a great breakfast. Thanks for watching. Now would be a good time for you to subscribe to our channel.